Hello, everybody. It is I, Capybara, here with my good ancient pal Yomoboyo, and
Hello.
special guest representing the Masons today, Herbs.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And so the ancients haven't posted a video in quite a while, but trust me, we're still active. And today we're going to be touring a base that we founded, what, over a year ago now, right?
April 4th, 2022.
So yeah, so quite a while ago now. And
And
we got raided by the spawn masons, but you know, it's just bound to happen.
so yeah, this is an ancient Mason spawn base. I'm a Mason and I'm an ancient. And we started the place as an ancient event, and then we got bored with it. And so we gave it to the Masons once Sky fell, and we've been building here ever since. It's crazy that it was around for this long. It's only 30k from spawn.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, and the amount of people that found it during the time it was alive. I mean, what?
Yeah, for real. And we didn't take precautions. Like, there are ways to exploit this base easily that never got happened, and we didn't care about those.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, for some clarification, we're on a creative server today, in survival. Of course, as the base has fallen. I think, you know, if we could have, I would have wished that we could have done it proper tour in game on 2b2t ourselves, but close as we can
man.
get. So yeah, and we're starting off in one of the weirdest places of this whole.
Yeah. So this was an area that Chicken and I built. And if you look around, all of these, like, not all of these, but most of these blocks are illegally placed. Like, you have these trapdoors that are standing straight up. You have headless pistons. You have floating dragon eggs, floating anvils, and then the really cool one is the bedrockless end portal.
Yeah, I'll pre-cam up there.
Yeah. So that was something that was done in 1.12, and I don't think it can be done in 1.19 on 2B due to the plugins. But really, really hard to do, and I don't know of anyone else who's actually done it. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, as ancients, we have a million exploits, of course. So.
True, actually. But yeah, this was a fun one. This also took forever because, well, you have to piston push crystals with this, and we had to do it in a certain order so it wouldn't block update, and it was such a pain to make.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
I imagine it was, yeah.
Dude, it took. Not only did it take forever to make, it took us forever to figure out this exploit. So like we worked on this for like weeks to try to figure this out.
Wow.
What I love about this too is it kind of looks like sideways slabs.
It does.
Yeah, dude.
It's amazing.
We can show off a little bit more where I actually incorporate it into the builds up ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
So why don't we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
We don't have to see those rooms, but these two rooms are really cool.
Yeah, these are definitely the most interesting.
Yeah, this is, well, this isn't actually the same horse, because it didn't say in the world download, but there was a Fit MC horse in here that we brought all the way out there.
It was real, guys.
And not only the Fit MC horse, like, get brought out into the end, it lived until after the grief, and I'll put a screenshot up on the screen here.
Oh, that's right.
It survived.
Yeah, dude.
Just
they didn't
on the
didn't
corner of a TNT block. Like, it's absurd.
Is it still alive?
I think it is, yeah.
We're leaking it. It's gonna be dead so soon.
It's gonna be dead, but it's whatever, you know. It's just a horse, after all.
So they did come down here and grief this part, but they just missed the horse?
Yeah, somehow. Exactly. I mean, because something about 2b2t in 1.19, you know, or with this update, you can actually see with ESP the name tag or the owner of it.
True.
So I think they just thought it was a horse, and they just didn't care.
That is so funny.
Silly 5C.
Silly 5C. Onwards.
So in here we've got an illegal end crystal, as you can see.
Okay, you know what? It's fine.
This is going to the bloopers.
Yeah. Nothing happened here.
No.
There was one here. Believe us, or
So-
don't. We don't care.
You can even keep that in.
Yeah.
So, okay, in here we had an illegal end crystal that was pushed all the way from spawn. It had a beam that went all the way back to 0-0, and also the Ender Dragon will change its trajectory and aim kind of closer to this. So if anyone was watching the Ender Dragon, they could have found this base easy.
Exactly.
Like again, we didn't take precautions with this base at all.
And who pushed it here? Was it you and Chicken?
It wasn't me. It was Chicken.
All Chicken. Chicken is the king of moving things that nobody else wants to move.
Not
That's
only
100%.
that, he brought all those animals too, which is just absurd.
Yeah.
Right.
We had
We'll get
sheep,
to that.
cow, and donkey as well.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. It's so good that we can have like animals farther out now with all the egg types.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like axolot or the water buckets. I mean too. Like axolotl is
turtle.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember being so annoyed in this room because someone kept placing vines. Someone kept placing vines everywhere, and all of this is like block update stuff. So if any of those vines grew next to one of the block update stuff, it would break everything.
Oh
It
my
was so
god,
annoying.
That's
that would be
bad.
terrifying. Yeah.
It really was.
I mean, you can even
Okay.
see like these rails here. Like that's not possible.
All right, so we get to the first part of the actual build. And so we got right here, these are pistonless heads that you have to crouch to get underneath.
hmm
And originally on 1.12, this had a ladder on these stairs, but once it goes to 1.19, it updates and breaks all the ladders.
Very
And so when
unfortunate.
you fly up,
You remember too that you couldn't crouch under the thing in 1.9 or 1.12, but it was because of the piston heads that you could.
exactly.
So
Which I think was-
crazy.
The only thing that causes you to be able to, I'm just watching herds try over and over again.
What is happening? I did this on the server and I can't do it on the creative world. Okay.
There you go. But yeah, it was cool because that was the only block you could crouch under on 1.12 was a pistonless head.
Just a little aside before, so I can save myself from coping later. But we placed so many lanterns, torches. It was unfathomable.
Define we, because it really was just you and was it Meg?
Myself, yeah, myself and Meg. Entropy definitely helped a lot. I think
Oh,
Cammy was
P5.
involved for a while, and P5, yeah.
Yeah.
And I spent, no joke, probably 4 hours crafting lanterns one night. Made way too many, and then I think 3 or 4 shulkers of them got just dumpstered in the dupe or in the grief. But
yeah, I saw the VC of the griefers, and at one point, one of the griefers said, "Thanks for the lanterns, I stole them."
I know, bro. I was devastated. I'm pretty sure I heard that when Totorak was in there, and a little part of me died.
But
Oh,
it'll
you
be
know
on the
what?
wiki.
I don't even think we've said about like it was because of the Enderman. No one's even mentioned the Enderman, but
True.
because of
why,
2BTT, yeah, we're doing
That's
because of the
why.
Enderman because before the update and before the rollback, there was like no Enderman to really bother. I mean, there was a couple. To be fair, they were eating up the terrain, but the
Yeah, but it wasn't that
infestation
bad.
after it was absurd. Like maybe I'll put a screenshot of them just crowding areas. If
Yeah,
you were
my
in
God.
render distance of the base, it would just like destroy 50 blocks. Like for like 2
Easily,
seconds of
yeah.
you standing there. It was
Yeah.
absurd.
Okay,
The
okay.
infestation
So
was absurd.
let's get back to the aisle, because right now they may not know what the aisle actually looks like.
That's
We've
true.
only shown them inside. So, why don't we do a quick flyover?
Yeah, let's do that.
But we made this terrain. I actually don't know how big it is. We made this terrain. The ancients made the terrain, and it's all grass placed on top of obsidian. So there's
Yeah.
an obsidian layer beneath, and there's also gravel and there's water. X-ray assay did most of that, if not all of it. And yeah, and then the rest of us placed it. Or sorry, X-ray designed most of it, not all of it. And then the ancients placed it. And we took about, I don't know, 2 weeks to do this, 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Wow.
You should
Oh
explain
my
about the
God.
event actually, of what this was going to be.
True.
I don't know if I want to leak that.
Okay.
We might do that one day. So I don't know where to go next. We can walk. We can fly. Do you guys have any builds you would like to see or show off?
I say like I don't have any personally because I'm a piece of shit. I barely built here, but I definitely want to go to the Weyland build.
Weyland,
Oh,
yeah.
please. If we start, yeah, we either need to start or finish with Weyland's area because it is just.
It's incredible. Yeah,
amazing.
Let's walk there because then we can go through these areas.
Yeah, exactly.
This was originally an area that I built for the event, and so then I just placed it here. Yeah.
That's lovely.
That's all that.
Nothing to add. It's perfect.
Thank you. Herbs, this is your area.
It sure is. I started out super strong here because I was like this. I mean, dude, it was the first Spawn Masons thing I was ever involved with, so was super excited and I wanted to do. I remember racking my brain at work. I was at work and I was like, what could I do for this style of base that you guys were trying to make? You know, with like each area being like a different theme, and so I'm like, oh. Ents from the Lord of the Rings for some reason, like the big walking trees just stuck in my head. So the goal was to build big giant tree houses, and I kind of accomplished that. Like I really liked the way the first one came out, and then the second one was just kind of just free balling it. Turned out okay, but I kind of just started building other little things like the fishing shack and then the little lean-to over here. But it was also kind of humbling to build with the Masons because, and especially building directly next to Weyland because holy hell. But yeah, it was just a lot of, and this is all like I don't build a lot in creative and then like transport like schematics onto the server, so this was all freehand and just for the fun of it. So
it was all freehand, really? Oh wow.
Yeah, it was all just out of the back of my mind. Like, what can I do?
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is.
Dude, I want to note that this river wasn't here, and that Herbs dug through obsidian, put down more obsidian to make this river.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my.
I was thinking like, what can I do to add water in between the trees there? And yeah, the river stopped at the edge here, and so I just busted through the obby and continued it down under.
Down under.
So if we go over to Weyland's area, this is by far the most immersive, the nicest area. He's such a good builder and such a nice dude.
Oh yeah, there's like a path too. Like there's a whole.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like immersing myself in this.
That's the best way to do it because like he makes it to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such an interesting block palette as well. Like I never would have chosen this block palette, and it looks so good.
Yeah,
exactly. It is so like, creative for 1.12 blocks. Like
the bricks and the prismarine stuff, honestly complements really well, and then the red sandstone and whatnot. Just super clean.
But like you can look in like his interiors are amazing. His little details everywhere just brings so much life to this area.
And everything is detailed and has an interior, like has its own decoration. It's not reused.
And on 2B there was like 40 cows here.
yeah, that was crazy. Everything's amazing here, though. I mean, I'm gonna kind of free cam around, or maybe I'll do cinematic or something. But look at all these little spirals and stuff like that. Like everything is just detailed in this way. So.
And he made all the trees and placed all the like the trees, the flowers, the little tiny like decorative details around the walkways and everything. Man, just bravo.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Bravo, indeed.
Even the way that he even like how he interacts with your build. Like you had the Ents, and then he decided, okay, I'm gonna make some sort of cannon to attack them.
Yeah,
it's hilarious. Yeah,
I remember him posting in the channel about he was like, "Oh, the windmills are starting to march towards the end." So it's like, no way, dude. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
I mean, this
Oh, and
this like walking build, quote unquote, it's amazing. I say walking because of spawn migration, other project that we were also part of.
Yeah.
and don't forget his the airship.
Oh my god, the airship, yeah. Here, yeah, let's fly up. Let's do that.
Let's go to his floating island.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I never even got to
I
see
think
this
this
in
was
person.
the last. This was the last thing he did. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, there's even like miniature little airships and stuff that look amazing.
Looks so good. And I think was it Nasdar who built that balloon?
I think it was.
Yeah, Cuba did such a good job at shaping this boat. Like it's almost shaped like a gondola. Oh, I miss Hovix. But yeah, Hovix and I designed this area together, and
Oh dear.
he did like literally. I think he had a daily builds for like 2 weeks where he'd have a new build each day.
Yeah, that Mason grind.
I was gonna say I heard he was grinding here.
Yeah,
Definitely was.
yeah. We had a whole lore to this area, where like the Earth was taking back because they were like using the Earth as like a resource. It was so fun. We can even show if we kind of get over towards the smaller area over here. You can see Cappy's plant incorporating that lore.
If only I could have done more with this with the update. It was on my back burner.
Oh, I love it though. This is sick. Yeah.
It's so cool.
I am actually
Like,
pretty happy with this. I like how it kind of
tongue, dude.
yeah,
I
like the
love it.
dripping tongue. Yeah.
You were so good with organics. Like I love your organics so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm the best.
True.
We know.
I mean, there's just so much here to look at in Hovex's area. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And similar to Weyland, he had like a really good continuity with the build style and the palette and everything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
100. It really, in many ways, this is the village that made this base a base.
Yeah,
Really?
definitely. Because I mean,
No-
before this, there wasn't really. There was
There was
X-rays
only
area. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was that one first area where we made a lodge, and that was it, you know. And so then Hovek started grinding here. Weyland came back, started grinding his area, and then life spread.
Yeah. Thankfully it did.
Life finds a way.
True.
Yomo, do you remember when I had like 1,000,000 donkeys in this one house over here?
Yeah, in my house.
Yeah. I put as many as I could.
That's
I
awesome.
remember you putting it there, and you kept going to like Hovex and be like, "Do you like how many donkeys I put in your house?" And I was just giggling the whole time, like, "Nah, it was me."
Filled his house with asses.
But also, I think is this the house that blew up?
Oh yeah,
No.
it was. No, I think it was.
It's this one over here.
Yeah,
Oh,
we started
whoops.
at it.
Oh wait, I was in the wrong house that I was trying to talk about too. I think.
Yeah. It's this
Yeah.
this one's
Oh,
Yeah, this is the one I put all the donkeys in. Yeah.
oh okay.
You know, wait, so
Oh, Jordan's sign of the donkeys.
really, there was a chain event from you making donkeys to this house blowing up.
I don't want to have responsibility over this. I swear it wasn't me.
Well, okay. Here's how it blew up. In the end, if you put a bed down, it explodes. But builders like using beds because it's good for interior.
Exactly.
So I had a bed in and a door here, and he just double-clicked right-click. So he opened the door and then blew up the bed.
I'm pretty sure I got really close too when I was putting all the donkeys in. So I was
Oh,
breeding them in the thing, right? With
Oh, there's
with
one right here.
gapples.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we had several accidents like that, although the other ones were fixed. This one wasn't fixed because it was way funnier if we left it greased.
Yeah. That's great.
Why don't we go over to? Okay, wait.
Yeah. So,
So
who
who's it?
made this?
No, it's either Cuba.
It's Cooper or Naster.
That's hilarious. Okay, so we don't really know who built this, but I remember saying to someone that I thought SMCZ did this initially. 'Cause it looks kind of like his stuff.
So this was Nasdaq. I just looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But yeah, Nasdaq did a really good job at this area.
I didn't even know it went under like this.
And it's one of those builds that I really enjoyed, where they extended it beyond the map, and it just makes the base just feel a little bit more lively somehow. I don't know how, but it does such a good job at that.
Yeah, that extends the immersion for sure.
Yeah,
Kind of break off from the main island.
definitely.
Yeah, it's like bringing imports and exports. It's awesome.
Yeah. Why don't we make our way over?
Little Italian villa type bridge.
Yeah. So
It's
this is
so clean.
It's based off a bridge in Firenze or Florence, and I've been there. I've like hung out here on this bridge, and he did such a good job at making it just feel like you're there.
Yeah, absolutely love this. And something
Also,
to note too is the ground is upside down sandstone stairs to give that extra bit of texture, and I just love those like minute details as a builder. It's amazing to see.
Same.
Wait, really? Is it? I never knew that. Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah.
No way. Wow,
Super
W.
dope.
Worski.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
such.
Side note though, this was a real pain in the butt to light up. So thanks, Worsk.
That's hilarious.
There's so many like nooks and crannies in here, dude.
Yeah, I think that's the charm of it, though. Eh?
It is.
And I was supposed to make the interior for this, so oops.
Well, as you can see,
Oh, I really like this actually. I don't know,
Yeah, this is
like
a perfect place fountain.
yeah.
I also know. I don't know if about the whole. Yeah, it must be the whole thing. I think he free-handed this entire thing.
Really?
I believe he.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I believe he does most of his builds freehand.
That's pretty awesome.
I know he, like, shortly after he built this, I remember having to tell him how to use Schematica, and he was like, "I'm sorry."
That is hilarious. What? I had no idea. That's crazy.
Yeah,
He's
he's
great.
very creative.
Dude,
Ooh, and
he's-
there's like a little, what would you call it? Vineyard on the outside over here.
Oh right, yeah. I love this kind of stuff.
Same. I mean, this is one of those builds that looks good up close and good from afar.
Yeah.
True.
Also, I didn't realize he bone mealed this entire thing. Holy, like, and there's like no flowers either. He took the flowers out.
Yeah, cleaned the terrain.
Yeah.
This was on. Okay, I know I keep flashing back to the lighting of this place because it's just buried in my brain. But this was actually fun to put the lanterns on because it added like a really nice ambiance to the area.
Yeah.
Because of all the fence posts he had placed up, I was like trying to selectively place lanterns on top of them, and it looked really cool.
Yeah, I remember that. You did a really good job of that.
Good times.
Good times. We move
Why don't
on to
we,
the SMCZ.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Dude,
Okay.
SMCZ is another go. Like, we had so many really good builders at this base.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a spawn base. Like, spawn bases don't always have a bunch of good builders collected, which was just really, really cool.
This is initially a lodge, right?
This was. Yeah, a lot of these were lodges. For a while, this was just a base of lodges.
Yeah.
There were, I mean, like since I came, there were a lot of lodges here. So I can't imagine what you guys did before then.
Yeah. I mean, there's the moon one, X-rays. Isn't there one in Hovex's area? Maybe I'm confused.
2 from Silver.
Yeah.
The illegal one was a lodge.
Diallo had a lodge here.
Yeah, he did. And then Riceland and Zippy had one here.
My God, that's like an insane amount. Yeah, for one base, it's crazy. One spawn base, I should say.
I love the stairway in this build, dude. It's so cool.
It's amazing.
It reminds me of Crowbar's Keep. We did like these dive in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the break off like 4-way type stairway deal. It's so cool.
It's a great unorthodox way of doing stairs.
Right. Yeah.
But I love
But
it.
I will say, like, SMCC has like he's got such a distinct style that is just so good.
Yeah.
Everything about it, like the build he does is amazing.
I mean, I just love the way he like details his builds like crazy, and he has that just extra flair of like he incorporates colors in such an interesting way.
Yeah, and if you like really look at just how many stairs there are in certain directions and how that makes this shape just work from far and up close, you realize how much is placed into this design.
Yeah, and that's not easy that's not an easy concept to grasp. Like using stairs in different directions.
Yeah.
It's 100% true. We can go to here, the spruce forest to start off. This was X-Ray, SA, and I. We designed these trees, and then X-Ray would just place spruce trees. Like, and he loves spruce, so he just made spruce trees everywhere.
Spruce tree, best tree.
True. Why don't we fly over to my lava cast, and then we'll go to Iceland.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. This build is so cool.
Thank you.
Oh, I love this.
But I when I made this, I was so nervous that people would see me lava casting and freak out. So, you know, like, why the fuck's there a lava cast here?
Yeah. I just love the way it's all connected with like bridges and ladders and stuff. It's awesome. Oh my god, I didn't even notice this detail from the 1.12 stuff that you did.
Yeah.
Down here on this ladder. Having the ladder on the stairs like this is so cool.
Oh wait, did that not revert in 1.19?
Guess not. No.
Isn't weird? I wonder what it did over the other place. I bet someone block updated it.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
I won't lie. I felt bad when I was lighting this up because of how like clean it is with like just with adding the torches and the lanterns and stuff. I was like, oh man, I feel like I'm crowding it and just making it look ugly. But you know,
it's the unfortunate thing about the whole like over mobs, like or too many mobs with the update. The build stuff, like you can't get that kind of moody brightness anymore.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, I did design each light to show in a cool way.
Yeah.
Like I probably spent 2 or 3 hours designing where the light should go in this.
Wow.
But also I should say, Chicken helped me build this on 2B, and we grinded this thing out in like an hour.
That's
crazy.
awesome, man.
Yeah, it really came out super well. Like a very unique concept too. You know, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this built before.
Yeah. So let's go over to Riceland's area. So
yeah,
Zippy,
holy shit.
Me and Cappy all built this.
I didn't know Rice helped you guys with this. That's cool.
Yeah, so Riceland built the huge bird.
Yeah.
That bird is.
Oh, the Phoenix. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you miss it?
It's pretty hard to miss.
It is massive. Yeah. Okay. I knew we built the Phoenix, but it's so huge, dude. Like what?
Yeah.
Riceland, calm down.
Legit. So, like this build is a really cool build. Riceland is goated. He makes like this stuff in Blender, and like he'll start from like a blob and he'll like stretch it out, and then he comes into creative and then colors it. And so like all of it was just done by hand, very slowly. It's incredible.
Man, look at the detail in that, like.
Yeah, with the fireball like knocking off the corner of the castle.
Yeah. It's amazing.
That.
Oh, this is SMCC? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So SMCC did this. You did some nice gradient work with the rooftop. I also just love how it's like builds on builds. Like it's been something I've been obsessed with in building lately. It's just kind of like builds sticking out of builds, and it looks so good.
Oh, he's so good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great house.
Great house.
It fits the. I feel like a lot of things at this base kind of have like it fills this theme, this style.
Oh yeah, let's go to Metal Bunny's area.
Yeah, let's do that.
So Metal Bunny made these carrots and these floating islands, and she's a very, very talented builder.
Correct. I mean,
Yeah, this is super unique.
Yeah.
I'm in love with these. And before this, I had never actually seen Metal Bunny build. Like, so seeing this was kind of eye-opening to me that like Metal Bunny knows her.
Yeah, Metal Bunny. It's one of those things when you invite someone to a base and you haven't seen their builds. There's kind of just like, are they any good? And then they show up like doing something like it's really impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we fly down to Extra Essays in mine area?
Yeah, I mean, this was like
Why don't we?
the first
please.
build here, other than, I mean, the terrain, but...
Yeah. The original idea, we X-Ray made the snake, he made the garden, and I designed the houses. And we just came up with like a block palette that we really liked, tried to do a little bit of a gradient, but it didn't work out a ton. It's not a very nice gradient. But I do remember with this build I remember saying that I wanted to use blocks I never used. I never used acacia, and I never used sandstone, red sandstone, or jungle. And so I just was like, all right, let's incorporate them. I think it's one of my favorite things about working with talented people is like, there's inspiration everywhere, you know?
Yes, bro, yeah. That always helps because, you know, you can only pull from your own imagination for so long, and then seeing what other people do, like you said, you gain that inspiration and you can just kind of build off of it.
That's exactly
go from there. Okay, something I wanted to check out after we left, where was it, Warskays or the one before it? Entropy's greenhouse.
Oh yeah, let's make our way back up. Okay, so Entropy's greenhouse.
Yeah, this is amazing. And I remember him saying, like, initially he had just plain glass that was like completely, you know, the basic glass color, and he was looking at it and it's like, this is boring as shit. Sorry. He was looking at it and saying this was very boring, so he decided to add some color to it, and I think this is amazing. The kind of Aurora Borealis colors.
Oh, is that why he did those colors? It looks so much like that. I see it now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's exactly why, but, you know, Entropy's got that brand. You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so pleasing to the eye, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It really is. And then, like, just adding all the plants and stuff, like, it just feels so good inside it.
Yeah. I agree.
I love it.
I love this.
I think he had come back from a trip and was just like, I have to build. I gotta build. And he had taken a picture, or he had pictures of a greenhouse, and he's like, I'm doing this. And he got online and I think whacked it out in a day at least.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
And then the little gardens on the outside and the pathway here into Weyland's area, like.
I will also say something too about Entropy's. He built a small portion of Weyland's area as well.
Yeah, he would help with him, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would a couple of those buildings are Entropy's, but he just didn't tell anyone for some reason.
That's funny.
Okay, SMCC's area. This was also one of the early villages.
Mm-hmm.
I think SMCC
I love this part of the base, bro.
I think SMCC started building this maybe even before Hovex did.
I think so, yeah, because there was initially one house and he kind of just kept branching off.
Yeah. And he just made this nice little village. Like, it's just solid.
I always love SMCC interiors. They're so cozy, like, everything about them is just fantastic. He always, like, structures the interior. Like, most people just leave their kind of ceilings and stuff pretty blank, but he always, like, dives and tries to break it up. We absolutely love.
Yeah, dude.
So
can you explain a little bit, like, the original, like, light, or like the loose theme of the Isle? Wasn't it to have a themed village, like everybody's individual part of the base?
Yeah, so the idea was everyone could make their own village, And then if they wanted to, they could have some sort of organic
Spirit animal of the base or of the
That's right. Yeah.
village. Yeah.
So so that's why a lot of them have these giant animals.
Okay. And I think that's super cool to see, like, because yeah, I mean, you have SMCZ's village, Yomo's village, or Yomo and Hobex, your area, and then Hobex's area. Like, everybody's got their own little, and then Weyland's. I mean, dude, it's just all these little pop-up villages around this giant floating island.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of these could be a base in it. Like Weyland's area and Hobex area could like be their own base.
Yeah.
It's really just, it worked so well in the end.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh, Riceland's area.
Yeah, let's look at Riceland's area. Don't look at his interiors.
I don't. I mean, look at this behemoth, though.
Dude, it's crazy.
The church is so cool.
It is. Dude, and like I just love this like Nordic feel.
Yeah.
Like it's
Right.
not a normal style people build in, which makes me very excited to see it.
And then what is the wolf? Isn't that from something?
I assume it's from some lore. I don't actually know.
Some mythology,
remember.
probably. Some.
Yeah, because it had a name, but I
Yeah.
can't really remember.
Probably to scour the channel to find out.
Right.
Yeah.
But I like how he put buildings like underneath it. You know, it's kind of like standing guard over them and just lurking in his area.
Yeah, dude, 100%. His boat is so nice. He makes amazing boats.
He does, yeah.
Boats
I
are hard,
love how
dude.
like massive this sail. I love how massive the sail is.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And yeah, boats are really hard. Like I don't do boats well.
It is amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
well done. Shout out Riceland.
Shout out
Yeah,
Riceland, for real.
Let's stop by Silver's, or let's do P5's water balloons.
Oh, yeah.
man.
This will be a tough one to get on video with. I guess you can just free cam inside because it's hard to see the glass in the water. But he's got these koi fish
Yeah,
that are in the top one, and they're really nicely made.
I love these. Yeah.
And I will tell you, because I know P5, every single one of these water blocks are source blocks.
It's
Like, he just-
absurd.
Yeah, he grinds it to. He's like, no, this is how it should be done.
Yep.
I feel like every bubble's in its right place.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
That's a good point. Yeah, it doesn't look mismatched or like
Mm-hmm.
it's very natural looking.
It is. Which is, I mean, it's hard to do. Like, I'm sure that took time placing exactly where those bubbles should be.
Yeah.
Behind this, we have Silver's Tower.
Tower, silver.
Yeah, it goes all the way. That's where the lodge room is.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's awesome. These like inner workings of the clock. That's so
They're
cool.
very nice. Yeah, Silver also a very talented builder.
Very, very talented.
Oh, we can do Chicken's Village, I guess, and then the moon behind.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is like one of the last builds to be finished, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And this was another area that had a ton of animals in it. It had sheep, cows, and it was gonna have villagers. Like you can see, this was a villager breeder. Where is it?
This is a
Oh,
1.12
yeah,
villager
bro.
breeder, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The villagers that we were meant to bring from SBA.
Yeah. I tried so hard to steal those.
I know. I wish it had worked out.
Yeah. But, so this is Chicken's area. Chicken and I worked on this one. If you look behind it, there's a giant moon.
Giant.
This one, X-Ray, me, and Chicken all made. And I remember wanting to make this at Sky originally, and then X-Ray made this thing in Blender. And then we worked just a ton to make the blocks look right. And then placed it here on TV.
It came out so good, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So creepy. Like in a good
Super
way.
creepy.
Especially
Yeah.
the inside, dude. Holy crap! We free cam to the inside. It's so creepy.
That's terrifying. What?
I know.
Who made this like owl? What do they call it? Not an owl.
Cammy. It's a griffin.
Griffin, yeah, Griffin. Cammy did a great job
Yeah.
on this. It's pretty cool.
He really did. Yeah, he's got a good natural talent for organics.
Yeah.
But I want to show off Zippy's statue.
Oh yeah, yeah, we got to.
Oh my god, okay. So, I don't know how deep you want to talk about this. It was hilarious on the Mason Creative. Zippy was building this.
Mhm.
And I went and TP'd to him. And he was like, wait, hush. Do not tell Yomo about this. Do not tell Yomo. Because this was a Christmas present for Yomo.
It
And
was.
it's a Secret Santa. I mean, look at this beauty as a build.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And so
100% accurate recreation of events.
Yeah.
the story that comes from this is that we were in a PvP event, and I am the worst PvPer known to man. Besides maybe Entropy, like we go back and forth on that. And Zippy and Special Cat were there, and they were dominating. And then I would get on their teams and I would win. So I really carried them.
Yeah, definitely.
There's this ongoing joke that if Entropy and I were to Crystal PvP, who would kill themselves first?
It's hilarious, yeah. That's the Isle.
Yeah, so that's the Isle.
That about concludes our tour, yeah.
Yeah, so the ancient Mason spawn base that lasted for well over a year.
Crazy.
What a time to be alive.
True.